Everyone say, build functions. Say it. We are building functions. The iPhone breakdown. Always watching those videos. Basically, someone buys an iPhone, the newest one. They break it down and they price out all the parts. So they're saying a $300 phone only costs, I'm sorry, a $1,000 phone only costs $300 to make. Parts and labor. So that means that Apple's making $700 off of each of their phones. They know that because then they're like, well, no replaceable battery means you have to pay someone an expensive amount to take it out. Or how come they don't use Gorilla Glass? Oh, maybe they want you to have cracked screens and replace them for $150 each. So they're just taking advantage of people. But what they're doing is they're just building functions, right? All those pieces put together. Today we are learning about cubic functions. Cubic functions are to the third power. The question is, you can have three linears, or you can have a quadratic and a linear. This one says two imaginary zeros. Well, your hint is 2 zeros. So your graph's going to look like a parabola. And right here is 2 imaginary zeros. And then it says 1 real 0. That means it's going to touch the x-axis. So you can do something like this. This would be an acceptable graph. So the big idea here is x to the second times x to the first. This is my first power, right? A linear. That's going to equal x to the third power. Let's look at the next one. This one says a y-intercept at 0, 12. It doesn't tell us any other restrictions, so you can do something like this. You can do a linear, because now it's crossing through at one time, so that's 1, 0, so that's our x to the first. And then if you did something like this, maybe you want to be fancy and have a double root. That is our x to the second. Right? Remember, that represents 2 real zeros that bounce. And the last one, it says, and once x equals -4, but how many of them? 3 of them. Count with me. Ready, set, go. You can do a couple of things. You can do 3 lines. 1, 2, 3.